Hi everyone, welcome back to Blossom Living with POI. I hope you're all doing well and keep it safe out there and that your week is going good. So it's pretty much like almost 11 here, but I thought I would come on this evening and talk about Utrogestan, just to share more about my experience and how I've been coping with it so far. So how am I going to start this now? So for those of you that know, if you've seen my last video, yes, anyway, go through my channel, you'll find a video that I did about my my current HRT and the regime that I'm on. And I've also done a video on vaginal firm and the patch. So now I'm doing a video on this one. So this is the oral Utrogestan. It also comes vaginally, so it's kind of I guess it's kind of up to what individual is taking, but I've been taking it orally. I actually almost changed over vaginally like the last month, but I decided to just stick to this form for me. So this is a body identical progesterone, which is made from yam. So if you don't know what body identical is, I'll leave a link below. You can go read more about body identical HRT for yourself to keep yourself informed. And it's made from yam. It's natural, and it says to be natural in terms of what the regular, like what the body is supposed to produce, what the body produces. This progesterone is natural to what the body produces. So for people that produce normal hormones and stuff, this is more natural to that. So unlike the other form of progesterone, like what was on the femostone that I used to take, those are more synthetic. So it says to be safe as well too, and because there is a slight increase with the synthetic progesterone in terms of blood clot. But again, it all depends on the individual and your own medical advice. Okay, so I've been on this now for 9 months. Yes, I started it around the same time that I started the patch, obviously. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've always wanted to change my HRT type and the regime. Well, the regime hasn't really kind of change. It's still continuous. I've always been on continuous HRT since I was diagnosed about almost 13 years ago, going to 13 years now. So I've always been on continuous HRT because I don't have natural period. I don't bleed naturally, so I don't get period at all. And Johnny, oh sorry. So I don't what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. But anyway, so when I start, I take this at night between 11 to 11:30 p.m. right before I go to bed. And when I first started it, I read that it might make you a bit drowsy because it has a bit of like, I think, what's it called? What's it called? Anyway, whatever. Sedative. So, and I definitely felt it. I was like, okay. I definitely felt it. For the first 2 months, I slept like a baby. And sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'll still be very drowsy. And, because I've had sleeping issues in the past. So I definitely slept like a baby for the first 2 months. And then after that 2 months, I think my body just got used to it. And it was like, hello, back to sleepless night. I was like, well, that's just great. That is just great. No more sleep. And so I take 100 once daily. Now, it depending on what your own guys, I'm losing I think I shouldn't have done this video this late because I'm lost in my train of thought. It's too late. I don't even know what I want to say anymore. I can't say what I want to say. I can't pronounce the words I want to pronounce. It's just too late to be doing this. But anyway, I'm gonna continue because I'm still getting my point across anyway. So like I was saying, for me, I take 100 once daily, and the reason for that is obviously with my doctor asked me when I was changing over, do I want to bleed, do I want to kind of mimic a monthly cycle with the medication. I was like, no, I don't want that, because for me it's not natural. There's no point for me I don't want to be mimic. It's okay. So I guess for individual, depends on what you want for yourself. Your medication, your HRT will be adjusted to according to your needs. So yeah, so that's why I'm on 100 continuous. So I take it every day. And so when I first started it, I didn't have much issues with it, to be honest. I slept well, like I said. I noticed that my bloating was less, because I was very bloated, and I had such a very, very bloated on the Femistone for years. I knew I was bloated. And when I started this progesterone, my bloating actually, sorry, there's a fly in here. The bloating actually reduced. So that was kind of a benefit for me. And obviously with the new HRT and stuff like that, it was expected for me to have bleeding for at least for the first 3 to 6 months, and after that it settles down because your body's getting used to all this high estrogen I was on and changing over and stuff like that. So I definitely bled for the first 3 to 6 months, so which was expected. Then it was supposed to stop, but it never did. I kept bleeding. There was a time last year around December that I bled like almost 3 to 4 times that month. It was so tiring because it was just draining me out, and I was depleted in energy. But thank God for testosterone, it wasn't as bad. Thank God for that. But I was just tired because I was just constantly bleeding. And then the cramp. Oh my God. I've never experienced such horrible cramps in my life, because I'm not used to having menstrual cycles and things and feeling cramps and whatever. But the cramps, it's horrible, because when they happen, I'm literally curled up on my bed or on the floor. Maybe if I go use the bathroom and then it hits me, I just curl up on the bathroom floor and I can't move. I can't stand. I can't do anything. I'm there literally like crying, not crying, but I'm like, oh my God, because in so much pain. I'm kind of moving around and just kind of in so much pain. So the cramps are just horrible. And if you follow me on Instagram, I went for like I had an appointment with a gyno, I think last month or 2 months ago, and that was like kind of like a follow-up appointment. It was supposed to do that years ago, but you know what, it's okay, at least it got done. So they just did like a follow-up. They did ultrasound, checked and things like that. Everything was okay. They checked my, vagina and everything, vulva, whatnot, and everything was fine. But however, the lining of my womb, they said it was slightly thick, but it wasn't anything too serious. So they want to do like some procedures, and also because of the constant spotting and bleeding, and sometimes the thickness of it is clotted, so they wanted me to think of going on the Mirena coil. So for me, the Mirena coil, I've thought about it. It's going to be a last resort for me. I'm not in a rush to jump into Mirena coil because I have my reasons behind them. So it's not going to be a rush for me. So I'm trying to now just try and balance my progesterone as much as I can. So if it doesn't, because I know, I know that you're just trying to, because what I did actually last month in March is that my doctor advised me to, do a rotation of the progesterone, maybe 2 one night and then 1 the other night for a month, and try and see if that will balance things out. But I still had bleeds and things like that, and I'm still having bleed. I actually had bleed this month as well too, in June. So I'm still bleeding and stuff. So I guess we're just trying to balance it out. So I have ideas in terms of what some of the things I want to do to try and balance it off. Maybe even I don't really want to touch my estrogen because I feel so good. But if I have to kind of try and, adjust that and try and use it to balance the progesterone, that's what I have to do. So I'm just trying to do what I can. But apart from that, everything is okay. And what else was I saying? Yeah, I was less bloated in this. But then when I increased the progesterone to 2 one night, I noticed I started bloating again. Like I said, the cramps were horrible. I was having diarrhea. I was gassing. I was burping a lot. Again, like I said, I do have a bit of a stomach issue I'm trying to sort out. So they said some of that might be related to that, but I definitely noticed that the diarrhea started when I increased the progesterone, and then more of the gassing and the bloating. And so those are some things. And it's just the progesterone right now intolerance that I'm having in terms of the bleed and stuff. But I'll figure it out. I will definitely figure it out. I'll keep working on it because Mirena Coil, it's not something I'm just going to jump into right now. And the procedure is not something I'm going to jump into either. So I'm just kind of giving my body time, because in fairness, right from a young age, a teenager, I've never actually had these hormones. And even though when I was given HRT at 19 years old when I was diagnosed, and I was in a very low dose of HRT for a long time, and I was suffering a lot. So my body now is getting like a high amount of estrogen, and this, so my body's just like, wow, I'm getting all this. What do I do with it? What's going on and stuff? So I just want to give my body the time it requires to just try and balance itself and do things. As long as my ultrasound and things are okay, I'm fine. So I'm just giving my body time just to do that, and just kind of play around and see how I can just try and find something that works for me, that balances things out for me. So that's what I'm currently on and doing right now. So if it's going to be a case where I've tried in the next few months and I'm still having progesterone intolerance, then I would then look into maybe going for the Mirena Coil. That would be the only reason, because of the progesterone trying to stop all that. Yeah, so that would be the main reason. But I'll try other alternative that I have planned out before I actually jump into that. So apart from that, what else is there to say about this? I didn't really, like I said, mood. Yes, mood swing, mood change. I noticed that, and sometimes I'm very good at catching myself when I'm moody. Nowadays I'm very good at that, so I can catch myself like, oh, Anita, you're moody today, or I'll be so angry, like I'm just like, my face is like, so I'm like, oh, you're moody today. I can tell something is going on. Sometimes I know when my mood is like changing, I know, okay, yeah, I must be, I must be expecting spotting or bleeding happening anytime soon. Sometimes I don't always bleed. Sometimes I just spot, and then that's it. And then sometimes I bleed, and that's it. So guys, so that's pretty much it, guys. I don't have anything else to say about this. I don't have any, like I said, I'll leave some resources on the link below about body identical HRT and about this type of progesterone, which is a more natural form. So you guys can read it just for your own information. And yeah, I'm sure there's more things I wanted to say, but I'll have to check my PY journal, because that's what I put on my notes. And I just wanted to say, for everyone that has been supporting this channel, that's find this channel content on the channel so helpful, and for those that have also supported the journal, I know it's been of a great value to you guys, and all your feedback you sent to me through Instagram. So I'm really really happy to hear that. And for those that don't know about the POI/early menopause journal, there's watch other previous video, you'll find out more information, and there's an Amazon link on the page here, and then you can click on it to find out. Sorry, my alarm came on, so alarm just came on from progesterone intake, so it's time to take my progesterone. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there, and I should talk to you guys on my next video. If you guys have any video suggestion you like me to do, because I'm trying to let me know topics you like me to talk about, let me know, leave it below, and I will note that. And yeah, I've talked about vaginal firm. So on the previous video, my experience with that. I've also talked about estrogen and stuff. I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, on previous video. So this is progesterone. So the next one I'm going to talk about is testosterone. So I'm going to talk about testosterone on its own. And there's some things I would have loved to say about testosterone and vaginal firm, but I don't think I can say that on YouTube. I'll probably like, "Pooh, I can't think I can say that on YouTube." But one thing I can definitely say, like I said on the vaginal firm, is that I noticed such a huge difference with that vaginal firm. Oh my god. And I've stopped it now, going to 3 months, and I'm good. Like, I'm actually good. And I'm just like, wow, why would anyone ever be denied of such, denied of vaginal firm, or not actually, recommended or given if someone is complaining about this issue, especially for women who are in POI, menopause, or premature menopause and stuff. It's just like, yeah, it was a game changer for me. Definitely a game changer. Amongst all this, like testosterone and the increase in estrogen, I just feel more, I don't know, I feel better than the way I felt before. How I felt before was not how I was supposed to feel. That was, that was kind of the mindset I was locked into, that, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. This is the best I can feel, but it's not. It's not. I actually feel good. Even my doctor was like, you can even go with an increase on your estrogen. I was like, at this stage, I actually feel good. So I'm actually good. Like, I feel great. And I think it's just because of all the misconception about, HRT that's out there, especially from years ago. It got to, we know. So, but it's for us younger women, teenagers and young women that has, before the actual age of menopause, that's going through menopause, we actually need more of those hormones. And so make sure you go to the doctor, get the best advice for yourself, so you can possibly be on the best treatment for yourself, so you can also potentially feel great. It doesn't mean like, you don't have you always have lingering symptoms. I think definitely I have always have lingering symptoms, but I feel better, to be honest. And before I stop rambling on, let me stop here today. And I wish you all a good night and a wonderful sleep, and take care of yourself. And I can talk to you later. Bye bye.